He glanced at the time and swore under his breath. 5 minutes, he muttered. Just 5. Daniel was 34, a single father living life in carefully calculated minutes and dollars. Since losing his wife 3 years ago, everything had become a balancing act. Rent, daycare, food, and 2 jobs that barely kept them afloat. Once, he'd been an EMT, proud of the uniform and the purpose it gave him. Now, he unloaded trucks at night and delivered packages during the day, carrying exhaustion like a second spine. He was passing a sleek glass office tower when something felt wrong. A black luxury car idled at the curb. The driver's door opened, and a woman stepped out, phone pressed to her ear. Even from a distance, Daniel could tell she was important. Tailored coat, confident stride, the kind of presence that made people move out of the way without realizing why. Then she stopped. Her voice faltered. Her free hand pressed against her chest. "No, wait," she said into the phone, and then her knees gave out. She collapsed onto the wet pavement. For half a second, the world froze. Then Daniel dropped everything. "Call 911, he shouted, sprinting forward as the grocery bag split open behind him, oranges rolling into the street. A small crowd gathered, but no one moved. The woman lay still, rain streaking across her pale face. Daniel slid to his knees beside her, already checking for breathing. Nothing. His fingers searched for a pulse. "No pulse," he whispered. The old instinct snapped into place like muscle memory. Fear had no room to exist. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" he said loudly, positioning his hands at the center of her chest. He started compressions. 1, 2, 3. His arms moved with precision, shoulders locked, rhythm steady. Rain soaked his jacket, plastered his hair to his forehead, but he didn't stop. Around him, voices blurred, gasps, phones dialing, someone crying, but Daniel saw only her. After 30 compressions, he tilted her head back and gave 2 rescue breaths. Again, and again, his arms burned, his chest tightened, seconds stretched into something unbearable. "Come on," he murmured, teeth clenched. "Stay with me." Then she coughed. A harsh, wet gasp broke through her stillness. The crowd erupted. Someone shouted, "She's alive." Daniel leaned back, breathless, hands shaking as her chest began to rise on its own. Her eyelids fluttered, then slowly opened. Steel gray eyes met his. For a moment, time stilled. From her perspective, everything was chaos. Sirens in the distance, rain in her eyes, pain radiating through her chest. And above her, a man hovered, soaked and breathing hard, his face lined with worry and determination. To her, he looked like the only solid thing in a collapsing world. "You're okay," Daniel said gently, his voice steady despite his pounding heart. "Help's coming." Her fingers weakly curled into the front of his jacket, as if afraid he might disappear. "You," she whispered, "you saved me." Daniel swallowed. "I just did my job." Sirens wailed closer. Paramedics rushed in, taking over with swift efficiency. One of them froze. "Daniel Carter." Daniel looked up, startled. "Mike, man, I haven't seen you in years." "Yeah," Daniel said quietly. Life changed. They lifted the woman onto a stretcher. As they did, her eyes never left Daniel. Even as oxygen was placed over her face, her hand reached out. "What's his name?" she asked weakly. "Daniel," the paramedic replied. "Daniel Carter," she repeated, as if carving it into memory. He stepped back, suddenly aware of the time again. "I've got to pick up my daughter." As the ambulance doors closed, she found the strength to speak once more. "Thank you, Daniel." The doors slammed shut, and the ambulance disappeared into the rain. Daniel stood there, heart racing, hands still trembling, not from fear, but from something unfamiliar. He didn't know who she was. He didn't know she was Evelyn Ross, CEO of a billion-dollar empire.